What's going on, YouTubers? Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to this All Elite Wrestling Reviews. Sorry for the delays for the past 3 weeks now, and I'm going to play catch up. Same thing I did with Impact Wrestling Reviews. I'll do the exact same, obviously the exact same thing with All Elite Wrestling Reviews, where it pertains to giving you AEW Dark and Dynamite results, especially where it pertains to the one that happened recently from the last time that AEW did the Dynamite show, which we'll get to that one eventually for this week. For reference to this one, it's going to be for this week itself, and then the next day will be another week, and then the final one will be before Dynamite airs, or pertains to happen on that where basically pertains to the follow up for the show itself. But not wasting any more time, let's get right into it. But before we do, I'll get right back to you. And when I get back to you, it will be about AEW Dark results. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. And I am back, folks. So let's get started here. Starting off first with AEW Dark results from November 17th, 2020. They're in Daily's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. If I recall, pertains to the commentators. Obviously, you got Excalibur and Taz. Also, I think you also had Anthony Ongogo. I believe that was his name. And then Ricky Starks on here too, but basically it was a confusion of who's on commentary pertains to guest commentators, but your main commentators obviously were Taz and Excalibur. So there you go. So that means let's get right into it here, folks. And I don't remember much of a segment happening on the show here, other than the with Britt Baker, which I'll tell where eventually I can. So yeah, let's get right into it. You know what? I think I should be the first one I should talk about first before we get to the matches itself. What pertains to happen on here. So just give me one moment. I need that. In fact, I'll go do some matches happen here. Once I get to the portion of that minor all that results too as well. I'll get to it when I get to it, but let's do it on here. Basically pertains to the match, which it was the Gun Club that featured Billy, Austin, and Colton Gunn versus Bishop King, Joey O'Reilly, and Sean Maluna in a six-man tag team match that I thought was pretty decent. And obviously, we all know who was going over in this match. And the Gun Club is going over, but it's ended up being a decent match. And yeah, nothing else to say about that. Um, give me a moment, folks. I'm just browsing right now. Okay, we move on to the next match, which it was Absolute Ricky Starks versus Travis Titan. Yeah, Travis Titan. And match itself, I thought it was decent too. Obviously Ricky Starks was the star of this match and all that, and yeah, so it was another decent match from Ricky Starks' part, and Ricky Starks got the win. Obviously, no brain there of who won the match, but there you go. Okay, then we get to Joey Janela being uncleared by Sunny Kiss, and it was a match between Joey Janela versus Marco Stunt Growth, being played by the Jungle Express of Jungle Boy, the Jurassic Express, excuse me, of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Didn't watch them, didn't care for it, and I skipped it. So there you go. Next match, we had Frank Kazarian versus Griff Garrison, and this match was good. This was a pretty good match between these two guys. And oh yeah, I don't remember if I mentioned it, but George and won match against Marcus Stonecroft. But again, I didn't care for the match. I didn't watch the match because Marcus Stonecroft was in it. But anyways, back to Frank Kazarian and Griff Garrison. Like I said, it was a damn good match between the two. And yeah, it really showed Garrison how good he is in the ring, and what way to put him in the ring with then another great wrestler in Frankie Kazarian. So I thought it delivered. All right, and obviously Frankie Kazarian won. Obviously, just want to point that out. Just give me one moment, folks. I'm not okay. So I do remember now. Ricky Starks was on commentary. So yes, Ricky Starks was on commentary at one point. I guess that was after his match, where he ended up getting freshened up. Then he ends up being back on over there, and then be on commentary for the rest of the show. Okay, let me see here. Where did it happen? I don't. Okay, here we go. So the whole thing that Britt Baker did happen after the match between George Janela and Marcus Stunt. So I guess I'll go right now. So since I away went ahead of it now. So here we go. So we had Rebel, not Reba. That's how they basically naming Rebel right now, because the whole thing that Britt Baker always also Reba instead of calling her by Rebel and everything. But it's funny how it's being presented too. So yeah, Rebel, not Reba, is basically the set basically was set up in where the rest of the crew are at, to the section that's near the stage and also near the broadcast booth and everything. All that jib jab thing. It's done before in pro wrestling's past too, boy. Where it pertains to Piper's Pit, the Snake Pit, the Brother Love Show, the Funeral Parlor, excuse me, the Heartbreak Hotel. Yeah, just name a few. But yeah, this was called a waiting room. Obviously, because where it pertains to Doctor, where it pertains to seeing the dentist, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, you had to wait in the waiting room until the doctor's ready to see you. So I thought it was nice. And setup was nice too, by the way. I love the setup how it was done. Yeah, how is it that now everything is things has been turned around with Britt Baker returning ever since that injury she had. I guess the injury that she had was basically a blessing in disguise, where she ends up returning and she started to improve her wrestling. And as far as her character, obviously, in the past I've been crapping about her character, where it tends to her being a heel and everything. Because to me, I thought it was boring the way that she was delivering it in a way, but she's proven that one too now, and she's really showcasing how she's really up a notch. But so we had Rebel Rebel not Reba introduced Dr. Britt Baker DMD. She comes in, and she's talking about a couple of things. I don't really remember much of it that she talked about. And then you have Rebel, not Reba, laughing. One of the fakest laughs I've ever heard in my entire life. I mean, I had fake laughs before, but this was right there. It's probably way worse than Michael Cole's fake laugh, to be honest with you. But it was funny though, the way it was. But at the same time, it was funny too. And then I remember saying about Britt Baker telling everyone to look under your chairs for some, I guess, for some gifts, whatever. It's not that, whatever. And she's like, "Psych!" Like, what the hell? What the hell was that about? I can't remember what else she said. What to this whole thing, but I think she mentioned some. Yeah, I guess in the way she's trying to push herself over because she's the best going on in the women's roster. Let's the other one where it tends to her other guest that she has. Excuse me. But speaking of Hortensia's guests, so where to this whole wedding room thing, her special guests were TH2, which is Nicole and Jack Evans, basically that Brit too. So But the hybrid too, talking about how they're not getting opportunities and nothing. They're not being presented correctly by Impact by AEW. Excuse me. I was burped there. By AEW, they're not being presented by AEW and everything, and that's basically that time waiting. They want to seek the opportunity. They want to be get the attention that, and it's going to build something, which we'll get to that when we get to it. I think it happened this on this very week during this time, let's say during this time where we're to the results where I get to Dynamite, but I gotta remind myself once I get to it because it's been a couple weeks, so I gotta remember about that too. So, and that's basically it. Not much about it. As far as the show was, it was alright. The whole waiting room that Britt Baker hosted, I thought it was alright. There was some things that I did chuckle of it and all, but other than that, I thought it was alright. So there you go. And then we move on to the super bad girl, Penelope Ford. I believe she was being accompanied by Kip Sabian. Could be wrong, but I digress. In fact, let me see. Yeah, actually, no, she wasn't. As a matter of fact, I thought she was, but she was being accompanied by Kip Sabian. But I not to remember. Yeah, that in case at all. But not Britt Baker. She didn't wrestle. Penelope Ford wrestled against someone named by Rain Victoria. And the way that her name was being spelled too is Rahne. That's basically her way to spell rain. But yeah, as far as this girl, Rain Victoria, she's got a unique look. But as far as wrestling, I thought it was alright. And this match was itself, it wasn't that big of a deal in a way. I was not a fan of this match at all. Especially that Rain didn't take the move right. Retains to Britt Baker. Retains to before. Excuse me, not taking the. When she went to deliver the hairspray color, which is the lethal injection, and Rain didn't take it. But then again, this woman didn't take it either. On the past two of AEW, but no surprise there. But in the end, before got the win. Not because of that move, but because of I think with Fisherman Woman's suplex or the submission move that she did. I can't remember how she won, but yeah, but at the end of the day, Penelope won, but it wasn't that of a match anyway. So it was a letdown. Then we get to Brandon Cutler for versus Ryzen. Match so far I thought was pretty decent. And once again, Brandon Cutler is keep gaining more wins. He's picking up more wins at the wins. And there you go. Okay, that was not up next. I'll talk about the second I meant to say. I was gonna say match. Next we get to Layla Hirsch versus Tesha Price. And match itself, it was decent. I enjoyed this match. I also love the legit, by the way, Layla Hirsch. And also, since Tesha Price, she's got potential, especially with her being the heel. I love her. And as far as her wrestling, it's decent. But yeah, I thought it was a decent showing from both women's. And then in the end, obviously, Layla Hirsch wins the match. So there you go. All right, before I do anything else, folks, let me just check something here. Okay. Next we get to TNT, which is Terrence and Travis, the sons of Devon Dudley. And they go up against Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus being played by Michael Stunt Grove. And match itself, it was pretty decent. Pretty decent tag team match with obviously the Jurassic Express, winning the match. And once again, another good showing from TNT, which is again Terrell and Terrence. Now, actually, I can't remember if I said Travis. If I said Travis, I apologize, but I meant to say Terrell, or Terrence. I can't remember. I can't remember, but geez, Botchamia. But anyways, but yeah, there you go. Nothing much to say about that. So, yeah, but I enjoy all these guys. I don't know if there's if AEW is thinking about signing these guys. If they are, great. But if they go to WWE and get some of them, it's great for them as well, as long as WWE doesn't try to bury them. Then again, you do like Devon working behind the scenes for WWE, so who knows? But anyways, before I move on, folks, maybe check something else before I move on. I don't know if it happened already after this Okay, no, it hasn't yet. Okay, we get Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, the Acclaimed, which I'm a fan. I'm becoming a big fan of them now. Versus D3 and Fashion. I mean, Angel Fashion, excuse me. And the Acclaim once again did their the whole thing where Max Caster was basically freestyling towards the opponents, and I thought it was pretty clever. Now I don't remember much of it, but I remember at the time I was watching it, I remember it was clever. So yeah, before I wasn't into it that much, but it started getting better now, and I love the team too. So match up was pretty decent with see the Acclaim winning. And by the way, the Acclaim, I think it's been announced for weeks now that they've been officially signed to AEW. So yeah, then the Acclaim of Anthony Bowens and Max Caster are all elite. And and just talking about they're making new tag teams on AEW and they're saying these new tag teams for AEW and AEW is building up the tag team rosters. That is the one thing you can appreciate which is to what AEW is bringing and what they're promising is to give us the absolute best tag team that the tag team division can deliver for AEW. And I believe they're do so with that. All they need to do now is to improve their women's rosters, which is the women's division. I'm just saying, you know. But then again, you do got Anna Jay, I mean, excuse me, Abaddon, Ty Conti, Red Velvet. Britt Baker, she's improving, so I'll give her that. I'll put her on the list too. Serena D, by the way, Serena D, yeah, she's incredible. Puppy Ford, she need to get better. With tends to everything. But she's good too. Whenever even when it comes to not showing that, but and then we don't represent them either. To be honest with you, but they need to though. Release is part of it too. No, speaking of release, let's get to it. But before I do, let me see something here. Okay, this is next. So, yeah, there's another segment happening here. Too. I'm trying to see what happened, so I can really talk about it. But I said the Acclaim won match against D3 and Angel Fashion. Then we get to Evilise being acclaimed by Diamante, and Evilise goes up against connection for AEW, Alex Gracia. So Alex Garcia, who's the picture name. So basically, AEW gave her a second chance here to perform here, which I expected them to do either way. After that god awful booking that Alex Garcia was with Plum before this time, which I was ranting about before, and here we are having a match with Evilise and Alex Garcia, and Alex Garcia this time she showed a lot more than being squashed. What she got from her last encounter in match on AEW Dark, and she showed a lot more this time. And I'm glad AEW finally did that because I'm pretty sure either if it was under Rosa or someone else, basically didn't like the other performance that they show on AEW Dark, which is Alex Garcia's performance. That the way that was being produced and all that and being booked. Basically was not a good sign there to show a good side in a way. I don't know. It's just my theory of how why of why this whole thing happened. But yeah, so this ends up being a better match that Alex Gracia had than her god awful debut with Pub before. In the end, obviously Evilise got the win. No surprise there. I think she won more submission if I recall. So yeah, but it's good to see that Alex Gracia got some redemption there. Even though coming up short, she did get some redemption here, and I'm glad she did. So, all right, before we move on, see, is it a route to it now? All right, let me just check. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be after this match then. All right, so next match we had was Thunder Rosa making her AEW Dark debut against someone else who made her AEW Dark debut, Lindsay Snow. And I remember these two. They had a match before. I haven't really seen it yet, but they were talking about these two having a match before. I don't remember if Tower mentioned it or maybe Taz mentioned it, but I also remember hearing about this match they had before too. Not in the AEW, but elsewhere. I'm trying to remember where exactly where they had the match elsewhere. But um, as far as pertains to Lindsay Snow, never seen her before. Other than about the announcement that was made from months I guess from months or weeks ago, pertains to Thunder Rosa versus you know Lindsay Snow. But after seeing Lindsay Snow, I see myself, wow, she's got a lot of tattoos, you know. Um, but yeah, but she's got a unique look, and yeah, I could see her being very good, and there's no surprise there. Obviously, the match was all done also too, but Lindsay Snow showed me something here too as well. It's been a decent match with obviously Thunder Rosa going over. So there you go. All right, now let's get to this next segment. That happened on the show. It was Peter Avalon, or should I say Pretty Peter Avalon. He's in the car. I'm I'm pretty sure that, how they did it at first. He's in the car, with his date, and pretty sure either it's supposed to be his limo driver or something like that. Whatever. It reveals that it was just a taxi driver that he's and, okay. And I was like, well, uh, I don't know what they're trying to do with this whole thing with Peter Avalon and all that, but I like, uh, it's whatever. But anyways, there you go. Not much to say about that. Then we get to Big Swole versus Kylan King. And the soap was pretty solid for what it was. And then we get to the finish where Big Swole, she went for a Dragon Driver 97, except for one thing, it looked just sloppy. And then she transmitted into Texas Cloverleaf, and that was the end of that match. Yeah, Big Swole once again is not impressing me now. She's really lost a lot of steam, and really she's showing how awful she is right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where's it all coming from. I always praise her that she looks good in the ring. Sometimes when having a good night, or sometimes when she has an off night, and for a reason she was having a good night on there. Since this type of match, I don't know. Big Swole is really is losing my interest now. It isn't the first either, folks. Tends to Big Swole losing my interest. How I'm this too, by the way. Big Swole is for a reason now is I'm losing interest of her, and I start gaining some interest in Britt Baker. How does that happen? The world is flipped upside down because of that. Anyways, main event time. Jack Evans being accompanied by Angle versus Christopher Daniels with Frankie Kazarian. And match itself was pretty good. Other than Jack Evans, he may have messed up a spot in the match here. I can't remember if he did or not. I'm pretty sure he did. But he has to recover after that. So in a way, it ended up being a decent match with Jack Evans getting the win here, and that was it. Not much to say about that. So there you go. And that was the show for AEW Dark. That was your Dark results from November 17th, 2020. As far as the Total Mall Wrestling, we'll see right now. 13 matches. And my overall short for the show for AEW Dark from November 17th, 2020, I'm gonna give the show a 7 out of 10. Decent show. Good wrestling and a good presentation of debut of the Wayne Room. So there you go. Nothing to say about that. And that was your AEW Dark results from November 17th, 2020. And now we're gonna move on to AEW Dynamite results. So tune in, folks, and I'll be right back. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this AEW Dynamite results from November 18th, 2020. The commentators were Excalibur, good old JR Jim Ross, and Tony Schiavone while they were at Dewey's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. And that's not to show myself on camera for this. Oh, oops. Oh, what happened there? Give me one moment. All right, there we go. Oh, what happened there, folks? I apologize for that. Yeah, let's get right into the show here, folks. There's a lot to talk about within this show itself. So there we go. Because I did the live reaction by way of it, folks. And by the way, speaking of which, I did do a live reaction for that show itself, working on behalf of the Asylum. Unfortunately, due to the incident that Malik X may have said on that show, working to the whole Alexa Bliss with her fiance thing and all that, was to mention that on my channel, on my video itself. I had to remove it because of that, because I don't appreciate that. I don't condone that. I don't approve of that. And I don't appreciate approving anyone, someone like League X, of what he does, and who continues to do these type of things, where he thinks it's okay to do these type of things, and thinks that I'm okay with him doing these type of things and all that. And by the way, we're that whole thing. If you haven't figured out it, what pertains to the whole anonymous video that I did about, it was about Malik X. About this I've been talking about him. It was about him. And if you didn't get enough clue of that about that, I'll talk about him. I did the take out the trash video about Malik X, and it's unfortunate I got to do all that, but it needs to be done. It is what it is, and he needs to learn his lesson. And I don't think he hasn't learned his lesson for that, and it's a shame. That's why I had to block him on Facebook. That's why I had to block him on Twitter. That's why I had to block him on YouTube. I don't want to have anything to do with this guy anymore. I am done with this guy. I have cut ties with him. Don't want to be friends with someone who does this type of shit. Think that's cool to do that type of shit. He's a grown adult man who's older than me, who should know better, who should be mature of his age. And the fact he's continuing to do this type of shit really pisses me off, and I don't want anything to do with that anymore. And anyone has a problem with that, then go fuck yourselves, along with Malik X. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, we get the opening match between the Young Bucks versus Top Flight. This has been advertised before. Pertains to the week prior from that. So the video patch here is to introduce Top Flight, and they've been shown on Dynamite. I mean on Dark, before. Pertains to I remember how you say his name here. Dante. Okay, yeah, Dante, who's 19 years old, and you got Darius, who is 21 years old, and basically the Martin brothers. Real life brothers, by the way, like I already said, they're brothers. Gained a shot against Matt and Nick Jackson, and yeah, and that's what. And the big package two itself was well done, presented them very well, and it also showed that they also came from the indies. They I think of what I heard, they came from MLW, basically wrestling. And I'm glad to get an opportunity here. And on top of that, I think they're part of AEW now. I think that they made their decisions to be part of All Elite Wrestling. And again, we're chance to stacking new tag teams to build a tag team division here to give us the absolute best tag team that AEW can deliver. And I believe so. Again, all they do now is to give us improvements of the women's division. Just saying. And I believe it will get there eventually. But yeah, but just getting more of these tag teams here, and this match here, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, versus Flight, Dante and Darius Martin, and match itself was pretty good. Obviously, this type of match it would be about spot fest and all that spot monkeys, and it was, and I enjoyed this match. I expected what type of match we were going to get here because these two teams, and it delivered, and I enjoyed it. I loved it. The opening match was great, and the Young Bucks went over, obviously, because the Young Bucks are the tag champions, and up top, it was for the tag belts, but at the same time, you don't want the Young Bucks to be losing against these new guys. But in a way, they still put them over. Since them being very competitive, and maybe eventually in the future they will become future tag champions in AEW. After the match, all of a sudden, Hybrid 2 comes and attacks Top Flight. And then also Young Bucks comes after them, but also they got away. Basically Jack Evans and Hanigal, the Hybrid 2. And that was it. And also Young Bucks helped Top Flight and shook hands and all that, and that was it. Not much to say about that. So there you go. The Inner Circle. Oh yeah, we got to talk about this one. This was the episode where the Inner Circle pertains to MJF, Warlow, Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Proud and Powerful, which is Santana and Ortiz, all go to Las Vegas, Nevada to have a good time. So, I'm gonna go to what happened here. They were playing blackjacks. They were playing other type of games too. Ortiz and Sammy were not fun and not having fun because of they don't like MJF. They hate MJF and everything. The group heads to the bar with Warlow and Jake Hager staring each other down the entire time, which is that part is funny too. Because those two get ready to kill each other because they don't trust each other. MJF and Jericho are going back and forth about what type of drink they want to have. Same thing with the whole thing with the whole thing when they were having the dinner. Where they're trying to outdo what type of orders they want. And now they're doing it here on Lost, which is great. Then when asked for the Moonlight and asked for basically MJF asked for a Moonlight and Jericho asked for an Everclear. They both drink it, and all of a sudden their stomach starts turning, whatever, and they start saying "son of a bitch." Santa Ortiz that asked if they want to go to the next level, and all of a sudden Conan shows up. Like, wow, Conan shows up. Oh man, that's amazing. He's even part of this skit. I think Conan was working wrestling, maybe behind the scenes. I don't know if he still does or not, but I'm pretty sure he does. But it's great. It's great to see that Conan was on the show. And reuniting with Ortiz and Santana. LAX. So there you go. So Conan shows up. He says he always got the best stuff. And I see myself, what do you mean by that? So the group they got into the limo, and it came out of the limo, smoking. The smoke came out of the limo basically. So basically they were high. They were smoking the drink, whatever. So that's what Conan meant. K Dog. That's what he meant about he got the best stuff. So they came out, and Guevara was also he was drunk, and he was telling MJF that he hates MJF, but they started laughing. They started laughing together and everything, all that, having a good time. Warlow and Jake Hager was still pissed at each other, even though they're high too, and they really start beating people up. They just start really beat people up. Which I thought was funny. And then I don't recall. This is the one that I think it was the next part of it, but we'll get to that later. In case I don't remember. Sure. I'll bring it up. I'll remember though once I get to it. But I'll remember. But yeah, basically it said to be continued. Whole trip they had. So, but I enjoyed it though. It was funny. It was great. AEW Boundless by direct. It was directed by director X. I meant to say, excuse me. It shows a real package of Rose, Cody, Brandy, Scorpio Sky, Cabana, Young Bucks, Private Party, Hangman Adam Page, Miro, Britt Baker. Basically, they're talking about to overcome other thing, and other thing, and to be wrestlers, to be what they want to be, and yeah, not much to say about that. Basically, it was just some type of ad they're doing, and they didn't do that one again afterwards. So then we get to a promo from the AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley, and it was a unique promo that basically telegraphed what he was saying here, which it made sense of how he did it here too. So here's what he said: he's been on a crazy ride for the last 16 years, but it makes sense. He's always asked about how he's been able to be champion for as long as he can, because it's because of his dad. And I was thinking to myself, oh, yeah, that was nice that he brought up his dad and everything. So I was thinking to myself, where's he going with this? So it says a big man that would box your ears off brings up how people have tried to lie, cheat, and steal Tyler. And also brought in the reference to Eddie Grove there, who's a father of his own right. The late great Eddie Grove, rest in peace to Eddie. He raised his kids right, along with his little baby girl. So, and he says that he had to fight monsters, but like his dad told him to say, excuse me, like his dad told him, we're good guys. Moxley mentions that he's got a pregnant, he's got, basically Moxley mentioned here, he's got a pregnant wife at home, which is Renee Young. I can't remember how you pronounce her last name, but we all know her as Renee Young in WWE. But the point is, Moxley basically just dropped the news here, the bombshell that Moxley's wife Renee Young is pregnant. And I'm like, now when I did the live reaction, I didn't catch that first when I did that reaction. Not that I remember much of it, anyways, because and not I can't look back at it anymore because I had to delete it thanks to Doom League X. But anyways, but yeah, I'm like, wow, and all I can say is congratulations, Jon Moxley and Renee Young. They're expecting their first child. Don't know how long it's gonna take. But actually, I do know 9 months, obviously. But start in November. In the summer. Well, it's gonna be like summer from the tail end of the summer of 2021. But hey, great, congrats. And then he continued on saying tonight, which it was on that during that time. He will sign the contract without hesitation because he's the best wrestler in the world. I am Jon Moxley. Right, this is how he said. I am Jon Goddamn Moxley, and that is never going to change. And that was it. Bravo, Jon Moxley. Great promo to that great bombshell of him, announcing that he is impregnant his wife Renee, and they're expecting. Great, awesome. Congratulations, and great promo all around. And we'll talk more about Moxley later. So, because next we get to Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford versus Orange Cassidy. Match itself, it was decent. Kip Sabian, I think I remember him watching something. Yeah, I think I remember him watching something here. I can't remember now because the live reaction that I did on Link X. So yeah, I can't remember. I remember there was some botching that happened with Kip Sabian. I don't remember if it was during this match particularly, or previously before that. But either way, but the match is always still decent though. Miro was on commentary about it. Yeah, Miro was on commentary. And yes, it was a bot. Yeah, I remember now. It was during this match that not only he botched during the match, but he also botched after the match too. Now talking about Kip Sabian. So there was somewhere in the corner that he botched a spot, which it was done terribly. I don't remember what he was trying to go for, but it was botched. It was clearly a botch there from Kip Sabian's part. But again, it was Orange Cassidy winning with the mouse trap, and then Miro comes down and he starts running in there. And Kip Sabian blows the spot by going after Orange Cassidy. And someone said, "What are you doing? You botched again. It's supposed to be Miro, being down on Orange Cassidy. So when Kip Sabian hit Orange Cassidy no sold it. I like Kip Sabian, you idiot. Maybe there's a reason why you're good at playing video games. You are being a wrestler. But Miro ends up taking out Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy sells for Miro because obviously you have to sell for Miro because Miro he's a beast. And that's when Best Friends came out, and they ran away, and that was it. I won't say they ran away because they're making chicken shit heel. I'll just say they retreat. There's a difference between running away and retreat. So there you go. There you go. All right, now to the next segment here. Tony Schiavone is hosting, narrating, and I won't say narrating, monetizing, I should say. I think that's the word for it. This whole fighting between Kenny Omega, the best bout machine, versus Jon Moxley, the AEW World Champion. So Kenny Omega comes out first, during his entrance first, with the ladies with the broomsticks and all that, and his entrance with the cover, the sheet rubber, pertains to him being behind it, pertains to him being in the tunnel, and then that whole thing, and he's in a suit, cool ass suit that he's wearing. So we wait for Jon Moxley to come out, except for one thing, he never came out because all of a sudden we go backstage and he was laid out. I was thinking to myself, what? Moxley laid out? And I was thinking to myself, who did it? Who attacked him? Who attacked Jon Moxley? We don't know. But I have a theory. I'm gonna hold that theory for as long as I can until we get to close to that point of whatever was gonna happen. And but I do have a theory who it might be, but I could be wrong because of someone was not interested from Jon Moxley to do this thing with the promotion. That's all I'm gonna say from there. A hint there. Just saying. But Kenny Omega, he has to still sign the contract. He says okay, here it is. Basically, just trying to ask, do you have something to do with this? What happened to Moxley? And Omega says no. He said he's not the one who did this. He says last time it was an elbow. Now the time is a bloody nose because he's referencing something with Jon Moxley from last year, where he couldn't wrestle against Kenny Omega because of his elbow. And there's a good reason why. Pertains to the whole all out pay-per-view because Moxley once again had that infection. And now he's mocking Moxley again, which is him having the bloody nose because when we saw him from backstage, he had a bloody nose. Basically, some blood of his nose. Again, I got a theory of what happened with how he got the bloody nose. But I'm not going to reference that yet until we get close to that point. If we do get confirmations of it too, well, I'm not gonna say anything yet until we get to that point. But I do got a theory. But I could be wrong. Just keep that in mind. But anyways, and Kenny Omega says that Moxley isn't available, but he's available. And he says, when winter comes, winter is coming. That's gonna be the theme of the show. When we get that portion of it, once we get to that point, for that review. And he says, so let's see, Winter is coming, and so let's see. And he signs the contract, and it's official. Can sign the contract, and there we go. And then we'll get to the next edition of that review where do that one. But that'll be for the next day. All right, then we get to the continuing of the Inner Circle at Las Vegas, Nevada. So I think I should mention this now. It was something about Chris Jericho and Conan when they were high from the first segment of them being in Las Vegas, Nevada, where they saw a dragon, some guy in the dragon suit, I believe it was. I can't remember if it was a dragon or something else. I can't remember. Some guy in a dragon suit that they that are you seeing? I'm seeing everything. So they want to make sure that they're seeing the same thing that they're seeing. So there you go. Can't remember if it was a dragon, guy in a dragon suit or not, but whoever. So then we get to the next part. It ends up being the final part, by the way. While they're on the roof, and this reminds me of The Hangover, the movie The Hangover, where they're on the roof, and Jericho's tipsy. He says the group is stronger than ever with a new member, and he says Elvis, because there's Elvis impersonator there. Obviously, when we take Las Vegas, Nevada, there's always Elvis Presley impersonators. So Elvis was drinking with them, with the group. MJF says that he's got something off his chest. He says that he's always been a lone wolf, but now he found a wolf pack. And there's his blood brothers were changed to to the Inner Circle. And then you have Sammy Guevara pulling out a knife. He's threatening to cut his own hand, like from The Hangover. And they was like, no, don't do it. And so they stopped him. So like this is basically a knockoff from The Hangover. That's basically what it was, and it was too, which I appreciate too. The Hangover is a great movie, by the way. If you haven't seen the movie yet, where you have been? So instead of that, they started to take shots, a toast and everything, and then we get to the next morning. Jericho waking up with Elvis in bed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of Chris Jericho's dreams. I'm pretty sure that was. And you have MJF, who was bathtub, because he was wearing a suit. If you're sleeping with a suit on, always sleep in the bathtub, because if you sleep in this with a suit in the bathtub, it don't wrinkle. That's something you need to learn watching How I Met Your Mother. Martin's to Neil Patrick Harris's character Barney. I forgot on the character's last name, but that episode where Barney was sleeping in Ted's bathtub because he's wearing a suit. He says suit doesn't get wrinkled up when you sleep in the bathtub. So another lesson there too. But except for worst of me, then that happened with me because I never been that drunk to be sleeping in a bathtub or my own bathtub where I was partying in a suit. So, anyways, so MJF goes to Sammy Guevara, who's Sammy Guevara was sleeping in the fountain. It was in a room, by the way, and all of a sudden there was something written on MJF's face. But see, MJF says to Sammy Guevara says, at least I'm not soft, whatever, because Sammy Guevara may have said something. And then, but yeah, there was something written on MJF's face. I think it may have said soft, or and some of the things that was written too. That was goofy, and everything, some goofy phrases that was written on his face. And then Sammy Guevara was who's apparently got married to 3 different people. 2 women and 1 guy. You could tell it was a guy. Maybe a guy in drags. Maybe he was gay. Whatever. Ortiz, he pumped up his workouts. I'm pumped up his workout. I meant to say it. Excuse me. Sorry. Santana was down by the lobby, feeding a bunch of chickens. There's a lot of chickens too, by the way. From the hangover. And then Struggle stumbles around the hotel with Santana, trying to find everybody. And they also start hearing a crying baby. And then they revealed the crying baby to being none other than Swoggle. Yes, Hornswoggle. From Impact Wrestling. And when I saw that, I said to myself, fuck this segment now. This ruins the segment for me now. You know, I would have been fine if they would have they would have borrowed a baby from someone. Then they give us this shit. I'm sorry, AEW, you get enough of that one. For being just for bringing Swoggle. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna say, "Oh, that's a big deal" and everything. Yeah, to me, it's a big deal. Fuck Swoggle. Fuck Hornswoggle. Fuck this guy. And then they say, guys, we got a problem," and that was it. That was the end of that whole thing. And then we go and back to the show itself of AEW, where they announced that Chris Jericho could be commentary on the next AEW Dynamite show, which we'll get to when we get to on the next day of that review. Then we get to the Blade with the Butcher and the Bunny versus the Bastard Pack. And the match happens. Pack was kicking the Blade's ass at first, and then he gets himself distracted, or takes facing with the Butcher, and then the Blade gets his shot in, and he started getting in some suction a little bit more, and it ends up being back and forth. It ends up being a pretty good match. At one point, we had the Bunny getting involved too to distract Pac, but in the end, it was Pac in the win. I go for the shooting star press and go for the brutalizer for the submission win, and then after the match, Eddie Kingston comes out. Well, first, Pac was going to get a microphone for the promo, and it was Eddie Kingston. I think Eddie Kingston was on commentary too, by the way, if I'm mistaken. Let me see if he was on that. Yes, Eddie Kingston was on commentary. I just not recall. But Eddie Kingston's on commentary. And then Pac gets a microphone. He gets on a mic and calls out Eddie Kingston. This led to the True the Blade getting the upper hand on Pac, and then Eddie Kingston gets involved, and the Lucha comes out for the save, and that was it. I don't know much about afterwards, but yeah. Yeah, basically he was retreated. And there you go. Death Triangle officially back, full effect, and there you go. No what to say about that. Yeah, the matchup between the Blade and Pac was, I thought it was decent. Pretty decent match. I can't remember if there was a botch happened here too. I think there was a botch here. Oh yeah, it was, but by the Blade. The Blade made some botch here. I can't remember what it was, but he had to recover after that though. A better recovery than Sabian. Just saying. And then we get to a backstage segment where we see a Cargill. She got Brandy Rose on the ground with a chair wrapped around her arm, while Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose, they're coming back officials. Now, Mr. Women, why is Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose getting involved here? What beef do they have with Brandy Rose here? Other than what? With Red Velvet, maybe? I don't know. But kind of weird. Same as women. Is A Cargo's going to be involved with the Vicious Fix-It? Is this going to be some faction that Vicky Guerrero is building up? And Jay Carlos can be part of that whole faction. Oh, the rest are Jay Cargill was wearing a yellow nice dress with the the ab showing, by the way, that the part of her dress was cut off, just to see her beautiful striking abs, which is nice, by the way. But yeah, she's got Bray Rose down on the ground, and she pillmanized her arm. And then who comes into the scene? I didn't mind Red Velvet being involved in the scene, and I sure as hell didn't mind Serena Deeb being involved in the scene. But who I didn't mind being part of that scene, Big Swole. You know how Big Swole is, right? So Big Swole is big dogging Jay Cargill, and so oh my god, no, keep her away from Jay Cargill. If you want Jay Cargill to be signed in AEW as the women's wrestler for AEW, not have her in a match against a lot of people, Big Swole. Because now Big Swole is, for a reason, is now losing steam and losing her wrestling skills. Because now she's becoming terrible in the ring. So yeah, I didn't like that. Big Swole is big dogging Jay Cargill. And Jay Cargill was smiling at her too. By the way, she basically knows her like she did with Brandy Rose too, but from apart from that, this was strange though. It was kind of weird the way that was done too. Anyways, next match. Serena Deeb defends her NWA Women's World Championship against the former champion Thunder Rosa. Great match. Love the match. Until we get to to what happened in the match too, by the way. So we got Rebel, not Reba. She distressed the referee Aubrey Edwards. And then Britt Baker comes out of nowhere and takes out Thunder Rosa on the stage. Can't remember what she did. I can't remember what she tried. I can't remember what she did. In fact, let me see if I can find it. It should have. Okay. Oh yeah, it was a DT on the ramp. And she was brought back into the ring by Serena Deeb because Serena Deeb was completely unaware of what happened there too. And she goes for her against for a power bomb. Yeah, for a power bomb. And I thought it was gonna be over right there, but no. The Rosa kicks out, and then the match continue on for the next 5 minutes. And I said, "Wait a minute. So what was the point of that? What was the point of you have Britt Baker come out there, DT Donna Rosa on the stage, only for the match to continue on later on after that? At this rate, Donna Rosa should have been out because of that DT on the ramp or stage, whatever you want to say. Because I shouldn't say ramp because it's not really a ramp. But like, what was the point of that spot though? I mean, if you wanted to do a screw job on Donna Rosa, you should have saved for for the tail end of the match. I didn't understand that at all. But in the end, Serena Deeb as a winner, still the NWA World Champion, and then it gets even more weirder. So Britt Baker, she DT Donna Rosa. Basically, she kind of cost her the match, but kind of really didn't cost her the match because Donna Rosa has some energy in her, and she still fought through the pain and everything. Which is why it was the booking was stupid to begin in the first place. But so yeah, Britt Baker did this on Rosa, and for a reason, Britt Baker was back in the section where she was at before, with Rebel. With like wait a minute, what? They should have been gone. They should as soon as you screw over Donna Rosa, I should have left. But instead, they stuck around. And Donna Rosa got to Britt Baker. Then, like, what kind of book was this? What kind of book was going for here? Like, Britt Baker's gonna be sitting there. Oh, I had nothing to do with it. I didn't attack her or anything. Like, Rosa, she made thought that she that attacked her and all that. What kind of book did they think? What did they think? Book they I don't know. It was a mess. But obviously, Donna Rosa sees her and she attacks her. Obviously, and I think she may take a shot at Rebel too, or Rebel took a shot at Donna Rosa. But what the fuck was this book? Who booked this shit? Ridiculous booking, and hopefully they'll learn from that and never do that again. Because that was not. I don't know who thought that was an approved booking of it, but that one was unacceptable. Unacceptable. Oh, also, Britt Baker said to Thunder Rosa, "You don't belong here." Kind of reminded me of Bianca Belair, things of Sarah Flair. You don't even go here. It's the same. And also too, they're building another two. They're building a program between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, which is great. That means we can see more of Britt Baker wrestling to see if she has improved. And the way to improve her wrestling skills more, being in the match against Thunder Rosa, who is one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. Or should I say, Thunder Rosa, the best wrestler in the world. And they're doing something. They're having a Twitter war with each other, which is great. I love it. There's some more tensions between the two, and it's gonna mean something. It's gonna mean a lot more when they have that match eventually. When they have this match, I don't know, but we'll see. Then we get to John Silver and Anna Jay. They were backstage, and basically they were, John Silver was popping up and hyping up Anna Jay with her career being part of the Dark Order. Ever since she's been part of the Dark Order, her life has been changed. It's been turned around, and she's and in my eyes, I think she's improved. I'd rather see her wrestling than Big Swole now. But Anna Jay says that she wants to go after the AEW Women's World Champion, Hikaru Shida. She's talking about how the last time that she been in the ring with Hikaru Shida, it was her first match, by the way. She was a rookie at the time. She was green at the time, but now she's improved and everything, which I believe she has. She has, and she wants another crack at her this time for the AEW Women's World Championship. And John Silver is continuing on, pumping her, promoting her, pumping her up and everything, hyping her up and everything. And yeah, there you go. And AJ was pretty annoyed. I was a little annoyed of it, but at the same time, she still kept her cool. And there you go. And that was it. On the next review of AEW, we'll talk about Days of Dynamite. Jericho and Jake Hager versus Frank Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. Hikaru Shida for her Women's World Championship against Anna Jay. Hacken Ray Phoenix versus the Butcher and the Blade with the Bunny. And Will Howe will be in action. I'll be all talk about on the next review of All Elite Wrestling Reviews. First, I get to Dark first, and then I'll get to Dynamite for this itself. I thought some of Jericho be on commentary on two. But I think I remember now. I think it was supposed to be the opening. I think it was supposed to be the opening match. It's going to be commentary. I could be wrong. I may have read it wrong too, but maybe double check. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I remember now. Jericho McMahon commentary on next review of it. I'm going to do. I forgot to read this part. So it was after the whole skit of the whole thing of the hangover thing that they did in Las Vegas, Nevada. Jericho was back joining the group, and he says he still has a headache from the trip. Go hangover, the whole thing. So and so they go. That's where it was. So I forgot that part too. So I had to bring that up. So all right, let's see. Where was it now? All right, main event time. We see a video before we get to that though. We see a video of Darby Allin first, the AEW TNT champion. He's outside at church. Okay. He's standing on the peak with his new championship title he's won from Full Gear. And he's skateboarding along the floors in the building, looking at a camera, and all of a sudden the fart starts coming up on the side of his leg. He put himself on fire again. And what's the point of this? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what to tell you. All right, let me find the numbers. Let's see where it is. All right, here we go. Main event time. Now we get to the main event. It was the TNT champion Darby Allin with Cody Rhodes, being accompanied by Arn Anderson versus the FTW World Champion Brian Cage and Absolute Ricky Starks with Taz on commentary. Match itself, it was pretty good, a pretty good tag match. With Brian Cage and Ricky Starks match, and the way the match ended is with Brian Cage kicking the shit out of Darby Allin, and he got the win with the Drew Claw. And there you go. After the match, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks started celebrating by on Darby Allin, and then Cody Rhodes makes the save. Brian Cage to take him out, and all of a sudden Will Hobbs comes out and he makes the save with the steel chair, by the way, chase away Team Taz. All of a sudden he picks up the FTW title. And I say to myself, oh, he wants to grab that belt now. Again, he went to it before, he went to it again. And Cody Rhodes goes near Will Hobbs, and all of a sudden Will Hobbs blocks Cody Rhodes with the title. I say to myself, what? Now my live reaction, I was up in awe. Like, what? Will Hobbs has just turned on Cody Rhodes. And I say, Mr. Women, so this means he's part of Team Taz. And say, Mr. Women, so you tell me the whole time of him, going after Team Taz, that was all part of the plan? Huh? I don't understand that at all. And on top of that, Will Hobbs, he's been a babyface for that long. And he was being built, where fans are getting behind him as babyface and everything. And with the whole background story of him, where he's got a brother who saved his life from getting shot, whatever, and then his brother inspired him to be a better person, whatever, and something like that. And here he is being a better person in wrestling. And then he just, and then you just throw that babyface momentum away, even though it was short. This out of nowhere heel turn. I mean, don't get me wrong, it came out of nowhere though, but the way it was done, like, head scratcher there. What the hell was that? Well, it's done. It's done, and I can see more of how it's developed. Once we get to the next review of it, will Hobbs be in action? Which, by the way, he's been now named as Powerhouse Hobbs. That's his name now, and we'll get to that. Taz ended by screaming at the camera. So there you go. And that was your AEW Dynamite results from November 8th, 2020. Now, before I get my overall score of the show, let's count how many matches happened on the show here. That I forgot. All right. I believe it's 5. It's 5. 5 matches were the total for AEW Dynamite results. And my overall score for the show, if I recall, I can't remember at all from which time I'm doing the live reaction. But if I recall, I believe I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think I give it a positive. I did enjoy the show for what it was. And there you go, folks. And that was your AEW Dynamite results from November 19th, excuse me, 2020. I'm sorry, not 19th, 8th, November 18th, 2020 for AEW Dynamite results. And ladies and gentlemen, YouTube, that is all there is for All Elite Wrestling Reviews. The shows from November 17th and November 18th, 2020, we're to give you both results of AEW Dark and Dynamite. And that being said, folks, thank you for watching. If this is the first time experiencing yours truly Nightmare Driller right here on YouTube, please do so. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for future contents from yours truly Natural Born Driller. If you enjoyed this review, give it a like. If you didn't enjoy this review, give it a dislike. By the way, thank you for spending your time by joining me right here on YouTube as I try to give you the absolute best content that as I can to improve my channel and to satisfy all of you. And all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself or everything that's going on in the world. Wear your mask, love one another, God bless one another, live in peace and harmony for us all. I am out here, talk for now, for It's the Natural Born Driller saying peace on the streets. Take care. Peace to the silent.